Been doing this week? How's school?
Um, School was alright. I don't mind school so much, I don't have too much trouble. I tend to like it because I know when I go home it's either like I spend the whole night like frustrated having to clean or listening to my sister act crazy and be disruptive. So yeah, it was good, but the home stuff's usual.
Yeah. How was your sister this week? Like, with it, like as far as being annoying, like.
Well, actually, it was kind of a bad week. She had a bunch of friends over one evening when my mom was out with my aunt for dinner, and I was at home. It was like Wednesday or something, and I was doing homework, and my sister like burst in the house at like I don't know 7. It wasn't that late, but like she wasn't really supposed to be bringing friends home, and she was supposed to be. I mean, it's a school night. She was supposed to be doing her work, and she came in and like they were just loud and crazy, and luckily they weren't like drinking or doing anything like that, which they usually do. But so I guess for them it was like an okay night, but it was just like really rude for them to sort of invade our space. And I told my sister that they shouldn't be there and that I was trying to do work, but she doesn't care. So I just like kept myself in my room, but was really frustrated. And yeah, my mom didn't like do too much about it when she got home later. So.
What would you have said to your sister if you told her how you were feeling then when she came home with all her friends?
Well, I said this in my last session that there's lots of things I would like to say to her but never would because she's much bigger than me even though she's younger and she's like really violent and scary. So I tend to like say one thing just to like, I guess it's maybe like the person inside me trying to be the mom or like the good person, like, you know, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't. She just like barks back at me and bites off my head, and I just know not to go there because I don't really want to get into it with her.
Yeah.
And so I guess what I would say to her is that like she's disrespectful and she doesn't care about anyone but herself, and she is not gracious enough for the life that's been given to her, and she makes my mom like just look and like feel tired and drained all the time, and my mom's almost like giving up the battle, like she just lets her almost, like you can see her just letting her do what she wants kind of from now on because my mom is sick of fighting it, which is just not the answer. And I just get depressed because I just like, and I just don't want to be around her, and I don't really have a choice because we have to live together. So I don't know if that answers your question, but
yeah, definitely. It's very interesting. What have you ever talked to your mom? Like, if your mom was here, what would you say to her to sort of express your feelings about your sister and your frustration about how you don't feel like she's gracious enough?
well, I guess that part of me doesn't. I guess part of me like shies away from having that conversation with her because I feel like it would just make her more sad, and like I don't know. I feel like if I let her see how much it's bothering me, that would just like bother her even more, and then we wouldn't really be getting anywhere because my mom would just like slip into even more depression. I don't know. So I mean, I guess I don't know what I would tell my mom. That I wish that I don't know, this is kind of hard. I haven't had to think about this before, but I wish that, well, I wish that she appreciated more of the things that I did, because I feel like she's so consumed with my sister and her issues, you know, internally, even though she's not doing anything about it, but just like comes home and is in her own like depressive state instead of ignoring the situation with my sister. trying to avoid it, but also in that path, she avoids like me and like me sort of doing things to keep the house together, and like doesn't really recognize it.
Yeah.
Or doesn't like talk about it. So I guess I just would like some appreciation now and again, and yeah, I don't know.
So, from what I've gathered, there is definitely sort of an issue where you're very gracious of the life that you have from being adopted, etc. You feel like your sister is appreciative, and you feel like your mom she's depressed, is she?
I think so.
Okay, so you feel like your mom is sort of like paying all attention to your sister,
Mm-hmm.
in a way. Can you like think about it from like maybe your mom's perspective? Like, what do you think? What do you think like she thinks? Do you think that she's like aware of this occurring, or like?
Yeah, definitely. Because well, she's a teacher, so she's around kids all the time, and she's around like really good kids at the school that she works at, and so I mean, she definitely is aware.
Can you walk me through a regular day in your house? Maybe like a weekend day, like what you do.
When everyone's around.
Yeah.
We're all in our separate rooms doing our own thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, I spend a lot of time, like, I'm up early usually and, like, make my own food and, like, kind of before the house gets loud, like, we'll read or just, like, enjoy the morning. And my mom tends to sleep in pretty late because she works really hard, and so does my sister, because my sister's up really late. And my sister will get up and, like, things are mellow in the first half of the day, but then she'll like get a crazy idea of something that she wants to do, and like we'll go do it, or her and my mom will be arguing about whether or not she should go do it. And my mom spends most of her days just at home, but sometimes in the evenings we'll go out with her sister. She's pretty close with her sisters, so I mean nothing really exciting. I don't really tend to do anything with my mom, and my sister doesn't usually do anything with my mom. We kind of all do it separate things.
Okay. Alright. What about school? Do you like school?
I do, yeah.
What do you think you're good at?
Well, my teachers like me at school, which I like, because I actually get to like talk to them about things that I'm doing and papers, and they like are proud of my work and stuff. I think I'm a good writer.
Do you write a lot? Do you keep a journal?
Usually, yeah. I mean, sometimes I go like in and out of phases where I'll write more than others. Like, I haven't been writing for a while, but keeping a journal is something that I've done often in the past. I like to write about dreams.
Cool. Let's talk about dreams.
Okay.
Do you typically remember your dreams? Like, often?
Usually not, but the reason why I keep a dream journal is because like I don't that often, but when I do, they're usually like, I don't know, I like to like remember it, I guess.
Yeah.
So, no, but I'm pretty good about writing stuff down just because I like to write in general, so.
Yeah. Can you tell me about a particularly vivid dream that you remember having recently?
Okay. One that I remember recently, which stuck out in my mind, was one that my dad was in.